What's going on, guys? Bloo here, and today I actually have a story to tell you guys. And you know, I used to tell a lot of stories about what happened in my school, and that's just because really the only place I went aside from my room to play Xbox was my school. So now I'm just gonna throw it back and tell you guys about how the best class I've ever taken got ruined by a joke. So I'm gonna have to take this all the way back to freshman year to give you guys some, insider knowledge on what the situation was. Basically, every single time you had a class that was the class where you also had lunch, you would have certain periods of the class where you would, go to lunch, you'd get back from lunch, there would be that transition where everybody, goes to lunch and then doesn't want to do anything after lunch, but you have to in certain cases. But there was this thing where for at least like 10 minutes every single class, your teacher would have to read the announcements and then they would show what is called TNN. Now, my school's mascot is the Titans, and TNN stood for Titans News Network. Now, a news network run by students, if it was done literally how it sounds, would not be that exciting. But the way this was run is that it was literally basically just a bunch of students making random videos to show to the school, and they were shown every single week. So that was pretty exciting. It got to the point where people were actually doing funny videos, and they were doing them well, so people were excited to see the videos. And literally the people who were in the videos were known wide around the school. And as a freshman, I wasn't even big on YouTube. I wasn't even small on YouTube at that point. And I knew I still wanted to be a YouTuber, so I was seeing this and I was like, wow, people in the school know these people. That's cool, especially for making videos, man. That's like YouTube. So back when I was, a young lad, I was very passionate about school. I mean, I'm still kind of passionate about it, just more passionate about other things now. But back then, I was super into school, I was super into stuff like that, and this class was just one that I really, really wanted to be in. I was really, into the whole filmmaking thing, the whole, being a part of that and having people around the school know you for that. That was cool to me. So freshman year, I worked really, really hard in school because you had to apply to get in that class. You had to have good grades, you had to have, some special talents or whatever, I don't even know. And so I did super well in my English class. I grabbed an application, wrote a really cool thing for it, and I got into the class. And one of my best friends actually got into that class as well, but he told me that all he wrote on his application was, I wanted an easy class. So, I mean, I was a little bit hurt that I tried so hard to get in the class and that man just got in for that reason, but, I mean, I had a friend in the class, so it was lit. Sophomore year comes around, and I am in that class, and it is super fun, actually. It's fun for a good period of time. And, everybody's sitting there making videos, everybody's sitting there doing that thing. And I actually literally took the initiative and basically just made all my friends' videos. One, because they were too lazy, and when they were lazy, the whole class got punished because we had to push the thing back. So I literally put the entire class on my back as a sophomore making my friends' videos. And they all turned out pretty funny. I was having a blast. I was staying up super late making videos, whether it was YouTube, whether it was for TNN. I was just, very passionate that I was actually given a chance to just make videos, whatever they were. And then, that all works out, but junior year came along. Everything was going super fine, I was enjoying myself. It was an elective that I had taken and I had enjoyed, so I was just basically gonna take it again. And I did. But towards the end of the year, the seniors just got a little bit bored, they got a little bit rowdy, as you do when the senior year comes to an end, and they decided to take it too far. Now, it was a class that was mainly run by the students. There was a teacher in there who was supervising, but most of the stuff was just decided if it was okay by the other students in the class. We had been making videos for about a year and a half now, and, we were okay with everything. We had never had a problem before. But it was towards the end of the year. It was seniors in high school. What do you expect? What do you expect is a bad excuse, but it was just the perfect storm for a joke to be made that was too far. So there was this one segment that someone tried to start up called Hidden Student Talents, and that's actually a pretty good idea if you think about it. Oh my god, I just should have had a freaking banger there, but it's a pretty good idea for a segment, to do every week. Other students would be excited because they would be on the program. Students would just be able to show off what they can do and it'd be cool. But for the first week, they couldn't find anybody with a hidden talent. So the guy who made the segment decides, hey, I know a guy who I could get in the video. He wants to be on TNN. It could be funny. So yeah, it just went that way. They tried to get away with doing all these subtle jokes about a certain thing that involves the date 420, But they were so dumb about it, and no one wanted to stop them because they all thought it was not very, evident. They literally made a segment for this guy who was known for wearing Bajas, had super long hair, a bunch of other stereotypical, users of that substance things. And I mean, that's all good and well. And if he would just been in that segment and he had done something normal, it wouldn't have been bad, people would have known it as him. But what they had him do as his special talent was cooking brownies. Brownies. As a special talent. So, yeah. As if that wasn't bad enough, they go and they're filming the video, all is well. Okay, it's not very, much of a talent, but I guess it's entertaining to the masses. So, that's all well. It's basically just a guy cooking brownies for like a minute and a half. But then the camera zooms in on the oven when they're done, and the clock is 4:20. So, yeah, during the class watching session, I guess, like, everybody's supposed to give feedback and, say things that might need to be changed, might need to be improved. But as we're watching that, I hear all of the seniors who are responsible for making the thing, just good, I guess. They were all in the background like, listen guys, don't say anything about this, it's gonna be hilarious. So I hear that, watch the segment, there's 4:20 on the screen for a solid 2 seconds, and I'm like, that's not even that funny, but okay. I didn't think too much would come out of it. But then the next week, okay, videos get shown in class. And everybody was super excited about TNN. The segment's actually been very good lately. Like, we were on a roll, guys. We were on a roll, and then that comes out, and every single teacher takes it out of their classes. They get an email sent from the administration saying not to show TNN. And the next week we have the most powerful administrators come into our class and just yell at the entire class for about 30 minutes about how bad the thing we did was. And it was an action done primarily by 2 kids because every single group had a certain video segment to do each week. So that was their segment that got the entire thing just in trouble. And they blamed the seniors as well. But I was here, a little sophomore, putting in a lot of work into videos because, as you can see now, I know how to make videos. I like making videos. But they got the entire class shut down. Like, what? It wasn't shut down immediately, though. What happened was they just stopped releasing the segments that year. And then the next year, it was us who were kind of still not in control. But I was in there for my second year, so that means I had more experience than I did the year before, even though I was doing just the same amount of work. But apparently that's how that class worked. So I was still putting in a ton of work into making the videos because, I was happy making the videos. I like making them, so if I have fun making them and people like seeing them, that's why I kept making them and putting that much time into them. And that's how YouTube was, that's how that whole class was, and I enjoyed it. Like, I was doing all my friends' videos that year too. And that friend who said he just wanted an easy class, it pretty much was an easy class for him because I would do all of his videos, because if he didn't want to do his videos and he didn't do his videos, the entire class would be punished. So I basically just did twice the work and got no rewards from it, because guess what happened halfway through the year? The teacher ends up moving, but because all that stuff happened the year before, they were just like, nah, we'll cancel the class because no other teacher wants to touch that. So the class got canceled. And it was primarily because of an action done by one person to make a joke about weed. So, that was fun. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little story. I can do some more if you want. I don't know if you do, but yeah. And I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Bye.